Hello, I'm Miss Dismuke. I teach the logistics and supply chain pathway here at PCI. Thank you for tuning in to our podcast for CTA Week. We are so excited. Thank you so much for being here with us. So, we'll go ahead and do some introductions. Maybe we'll start with our rising senior, my pathway person. Could you introduce yourself, please?
All right, my name is Amar Wright. I'm a rising senior at PCI, and my current pathway is logistics and supply chain management.
Awesome. Thanks for being here with us. And we have our rising sophomore.
Hello, my name's Amari M. In ninth grade. The pathway I'm interested in is logistics.
Awesome. Awesome. So, Amari has a few questions for us. And go ahead, get it started. What are you interested about? What interests you, or what questions might you have about our pathway?
Okay, so I'm interested in logistics. I'd love to know how you can explain it to someone. I'm not familiar with it at all. So could you explain?
Okay, I can define it for you, and then I'll turn it over to Amar so he can tell you more about what it looks like in the classroom. So, in your first year in the program, which would be your junior year, we focus a lot on logistics. Logistics is essentially the movement of goods, services, information, or people from one place to another. So, anytime anything is moving anywhere, it is logistics. So, what does that look like in our classroom, Amar?
Um, well, I say beginning is like she said, moving one thing or one or someone to a different place. So it's different types like air shipment or just shipment over the seas or in a boat. Oh, I said boat, a bus or anything, just anything, a truck, anything like that.
Awesome. What type of students do you think would be welcoming to the classroom?
What type of student would excel in this pathway or might be
Yes.
attracted to it? Okay,
Yes.
do you want to take that one first?
Um,
This is
yes, I'll take
Amar.
it. I'll take this one. So I'm just going by saying why I chose it is because it's it's a lot of critical thinking. You got to use your brain and you got to know how to talk to people, how to communicate, and teamwork. So that's the reason why I chose it. And Ms. Dismuke could further explain it.
Okay, yeah. I would also say I think that's a great explanation. And I love that it was customer centric. So, one of the first things that we learn about in logistics is our impact on the bottom line. Have you ever heard about the bottom line? Sound familiar?
Mm,
So, the bottom line is an expression of a profit that a company or a corporation makes. So, every entity that you see anywhere is in business to make profit. Even if it's nonprofit, they're in the business of making some type of profit to return some value to either their shareholders, who are, they could be investors, or stakeholders who could be people like me and you. We're stakeholders of PCI. We benefit from the profits or value that PCI generates. And if you were thinking about the stakeholders in or shareholders in a corporation, those would be people who are getting financial returns from the corporation. So when we talk about the bottom line, we're talking about profit. Why businesses are in business. They're in business to make money. And you can't make money if you're not satisfying your customers. So the first thing that we learn in logistics, like Amar mentioned, is the importance of customer service and being customer centric. So you do have to have or develop great people skills to be able to understand what people need, to be able to almost intuit or creatively assume what they might need in the future to be proactive in meeting their needs today. So I think that's a really great one. Great customer service skills, great interpersonal skills. I would also say that a student who would excel or might find interest in this pathway would be a student who might be interested in entrepreneurship or management in any facet, because logistics spans across so many different industries. Literally every industry has logistics because you have to move something, be it a product or a service or information. You can literally work anywhere. And because you have to do that, understanding the basic fundamentals of management is something that we get into in logistics and supply chain. And if you ever want to be an entrepreneur and start your own business, you have to know how to manage your goods. You have to know how to manage your services. You have to know how to move things. You have to know how to or where to locate facilities. That's another thing that we talk about, where to establish your business at so that you can get to the market that you desire that can make you profitable.
okay. What type of interest or habits do you think people in logistics might have? Like,
I'm gonna lean on Amar's response. I really liked it, and maybe you could further develop it. But I really like what he mentioned before. So critical thinking. So you're gonna be faced with different tasks or problems, and you have to find how to solve them. So either you're gonna research to find the answer, you're gonna ask a friend, use some resources, or you might use your own creativity to create a new solution to a problem that exists. So I would say anyone who is creative, who has problem solving skills. So if you're into strategy games, chess, I love to play the cooking games, which are really great strategy development games. Anything like that, I think are really great aspects or attributes of someone's personality that they could bring to logistics. What do you think?
What I would say is probably just if you know how to manage things, you know how to keep your like stuff in order, and just I would say, like she said, like critical thinking. You like to think a lot. You like to get up and move. You want to just touch things. You want to try to figure it out, and just that was basically the same thing she was saying.
awesome. Why is this pathway important?
Okay, I'll take the first stab at that because I think it has a perspective that looks at why might this be important for me after I graduate? How could this benefit me once I leave PCI? And I would remind or I would go back to one of the things I said about logistics being so diverse. Like logistics spans literally across every industry. Where do you want to work? There's a logistics operation. Where do you want to work? There's a supply chain operation. So if it's nonprofit, they have logistics and supply chains. If it's the music industry, they have logistics and supply chains. If it's hospitals, if it's healthcare, they have logistics and supply chain. Finance, technology, they have logistics and supply chain. So I think that's one of the reasons or one of the things that you can take with you after PCI is being able to plug your skills that you'll get here in this pathway literally into any industry that you want to go to. I would also say that if you stayed within the logistics and supply chain specific industry, there's lots of job opportunities and growth here. We have a lot of partners here that are partnering and sponsoring different certifications that we can offer to our students. So you can get certified on how to train forklifts or how to run forklifts. You can be certified in on one of the tools that we have in our lab, which is called the Skill Boss. It mimics the movement of goods in around a warehouse facility or a distribution facility, and it was created in partnership by Target, Dollar General, Amazon. You know those brands, right? So in the 12th grade year, when we're focusing on supply chain, our students are going to be able to go in there and work on that Skill Boss machine, learn how to maintain it, how to repair it, and how to troubleshoot. So if they ever wanted a job at Target, Amazon, DHL, Dollar General, they already have the skills and the knowledge to repair and maintain the equipment that's in there today. So those are two reasons I would say it's very diverse, high job demand, and we actually prepare you and give you the skills that you need on the way out. What would you say?
Um, Wait, what was the question again?
Question was, why is this pathway important?
I would say just like looking back in like history, without logistics, there's no way to get your stuff to wherever you want to get to. So you just need to like I don't know, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just I don't know. But I would say you just need to just get from one place to another, and that can benefit in like different like jobs opportunities you want to be. If you want to do logistics, maybe do something else, but that's still in logistics that'll help in other companies and stuff like that.
Okay, that's all my questions.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Amari. And thank you, Amar, for joining us as well and being an advocate for the program. So I hope to see you soon. Yeah. And thank you for everybody for tuning in. If you have any additional questions, you can find out more at pci.fultonschools.org, or you can email me directly at dismukez@fultonschools.org. That is DISMUKEZ at fultonschools.org. Thanks for listening.